Jonathan again, and this is actually my third tutorial, and it's actually a continuation of my previous tutorial on how to populate the list view, retrieve data from the database, and I was able to teach you how to create stored procedures, creating a class, a business logic class, and a data layer class. Now we are going to focus on inserting data to the database. Alright, so let's get started. First, I'm going to create another form. FRM new over. So let's just copy the the controls here. It's basically multiple text boxes. For those who doesn't know how to create or to create controls in your forms, this is just a drag and drop feature of Visual Studio. So for faster tutorial, I will just copy it from the previous project. So basically we have a text box, we have a button, and a picture box, and a label. No? So we named each of this as this one is a txt last name, this one is a txt first name, txt contract number, this is a picture box one, the txt file name, the button to open the picture from our file system, button save, and button cancel. Okay, um, now I need to copy a codes from our original project and paste it in here. Record insert mode, this one is used to identify if this form is going to insert or update, because we are using the same form for insertion and modifying data. So for now, since we are only focused on inserting data, so we will just pass a true value in this variable. So let's do it. When I click the new button, I will instantiate the FRM new offer, pass the true to that variable, show the dialog form, and when you close the form, it will update the data in our list view. Okay, let's try. Click this one, just continue. See, but since we don't have the codes under this save button, it will not do anything. It will not update you anything. Okay, so now let's try to update the codes from our save button. But first we need to know, or we need to tell the program that we are in the insert mode. Let's just copy this codes from the load. Okay, so for now we will just comment out the field text boxes, and we will just copy the clear text boxes. So I'm going to explain this one. When the form loads at the first time, it will check if we are in the insert mode or not. If it's true, it will clear the text boxes in our form. Right? Okay. So let's try this one. First, click the new. So of course, this is true. It will pass. Skip that one, and it'll clear the text boxes one by one. And of course, the image to null. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is to create the codes inside the save. in order for us to save data from our to our database. Okay, I'll just copy the codes here and paste it here. So I also have the procedure to validate if all the text boxes are completely filled in, to check if empty. And of course we will going to comment out this update record because we will just focus on inserting data to the database. Okay, so the first line of code is actually uh, checking if this is empty or not. Okay. So let's say we click the save button without entering any data in the database and in the text boxes. So if you can see, the form validates if it's empty, right, and return true to you. In this case, the last name text box is empty. It will prompt you to a message box. Please fill up all missing fields. Okay, this is the codes, and it will return fill up all missing fields there. So basically, you just need to fill it up and click the save button. Now it will allow you to continue. If record insert mode is equals to true, the one we passed to this variable, it will now pass to this stored procedure. Okay, so a while ago I copied the codes from the previous project, OTP, insert OTP. I just copied it in here to our project. So this code actually inserts data to the database. So handles the business logic. And the execute none query is or actually resides under our data layer class. Alright. Actually, I just copied it a while ago also from our data layer. Maybe I got you confused. I'm sorry. So let's just start all over again from this. I will just remove it all here. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. So actually here when I copy paste the data to 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 our project, as you can see, we don't have the insert OTP yet. So what I'm going to do is to copy it from our original project, the insert OTP class under the OTP, and paste it in here. Okay. And the execute none query, of course, doesn't exist, yes. So I will copy it from the data layer. Okay. Now we have that codes. All right. So basically this one uh so when I click the new button, type in the data here, save. So I use the string builder to concatenate all my query string, which will be passed in the execute none query under the data layer class. So it's here already in the data layer class. So it will actually insert the data calling the sp insert OTP stored procedure in our database. So before that, I'm gonna show you how to create the stored procedure in the database. So I'm gonna delete first the existing one. This is actually the script on how to create this stored procedure. SP insert OTP, and you have to create some parameters here that will accept. This will accept the data passed from your codes. Call the SP insert OTP, pass the last name, first name, contract number, and the file name to your database. No? So and this is the SQL statement. So when you click execute, it will create the stored procedure SP insert OTP. So what's the process here? So um, actually it starts from here. When you click the save button, it will call the insert OTP from your business logic class. Insert OTP passing the data from the text boxes. When it's there already, here, insert OTP, your data will be constructed into one single line uh, query string, which will be passed in your data layer execute non-query procedure. When you go to the definition, it will actually pass it here. So this is actually your complete SQL statement that will be accepted by the stored procedure SP insert OTP, which is this one, which is this one. Yeah. Alright then, so let's continue. I hope you understand my explanation. Sorry. Okay, so these are the codes to execute that statement. It will actually open the connection and then execute non-query. It will return a value 1 if it's successful. Connection closed, connection disposed, return 1. There you go, insert. So after that, I created the message box record save. And then another message box to ask if you want to add new record. If I said yes, it will clear the text boxes. Record insert true. If no, I will close it. The farm. So in this case, I chose yes. So let's try another one and click save. Let's remove the breakpoint. So we'll allow. So we are expecting 2 additional items in the database, right? Okay. And for this, in this time, I'm gonna choose no. Okay. See, the new data is here already. So the next one, we haven't uh, used the picture message and the open file. So I'm gonna show you how to use the open file dialog to include the picture here. So let's name it SOP, and let's just copy the codes from our previous codes. So there you go. So what it does, actually, when you click this one, it will prompt you to select a picture from our file system, pass the file name to the text box, and then call that file name, convert it into image, and pass it to our picture box. So let's try. So let's try another one with picture. Let's choose the butterfly. So see, There you go. And then when you click save, let's save. No. So this one has a file name. All right. I think that's all for our part 2 of this tutorial, wherein I showed you how to um, create a pop-up form for you to be able to insert data to the database, create a stored procedure for insert data, and be able to refresh your table or your list view for to show the newly created item. Right, in my next tutorial, I will show you how to modify the existing data, wherein when you double click this item, for example, it will pop up the same uh, form, but this one is, we're gonna pass a false value to the record insert variable so that it will fill the data with existing, fill the text boxes with the existing data and ready for your modification. And that's gonna be in my next tutorial, part 3 of this chapter 2. Alright, thank you very much and watch out for my next video. Have a nice day. Thanks.